Hi Leo, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are just looking at a bit of general as well as a career check-in for you. And I will also look at your person, what's going on with them in the present and future. Okay, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Check out yesterday's full moon shadow work reading if you haven't seen that one yet. A lot of interesting stuff coming through for everybody in that. And this week we have the Mystic Journey Oracle, the Lenormand deck we have the Leclerc Lenormand, and the Mystic Red Rose Love Oracle as well. Okay, so getting into it for you, Leo. Leo, what's going on for our Leos? Leo, what does Leo need to know right now? Bit of an overview. What's going on? Anything Leo needs to know right now, please? Oh, I love this for you, Leo. Your energy really has been shifting in the last couple of weeks. I really love that for you guys, especially too. I am a Leo rising, so helps me too. We have spirit and growth. So straight away, we can see that is, spiritual growth happening for you at the moment. You may be going through some of that sort of stuff where you're noticing how much you have grown and changed and developed as a soul, as a person, all that sort of stuff. Been focusing on bettering yourself in some kind of a way. Any extra information you want to give us for Leo and spirit growth? Spirit growth for our Leos. Spirit growth for Leo. I'm also seeing here, we have spirit is 1 and growth is 29, but the 30 feels important here, Leo. So there may be something important happening for you, some sort of personal revelation coming through for you on the 30th. It does feel like this month, 30th of this month, feels important. Clarify spirit growth for Leo. Yeah, so we do see the coffin coming through first here, Leo. So definitely that transformative energy. The coffin is endings that bring brand new beginnings around for you. I feel as though for a lot of you, this is, you're in that middle stage at the moment where, something has ended maybe recently, could have been any time really, but you've kind of maybe been in a bit of sadness, depression, grief process in regard to an ending. But that seems to be finalizing. You're finally sort of closing the lid on that grief, on that ending, that death, before you've moved into this rebirth energy. But, good news is on the way. Here comes that rebirth. We have the rider there as well. So definitely moving forward now, transformed from that death into the rebirth. So that's where we're seeing that spiritual growth coming through. You may actually be sort of stopping and taking stock of all the sort of stuff that this ending has, allowed you to learn about yourself, about life, about the way that you're approaching life, ready to, get back up on that horse and move forward into your own future here, Leo. So super positive sort of energy there for you. But we'll have a look at work, job, career. See what messages are coming through for you with your work, your job, your career. Leo, work, job, career for Leo. Asking me to shuffle again. Work, job, career for Leo, please. Whoa, okay. Work, job, career for Leo. It's like there's yeah, there is something happening. I will clarify this in a moment because one of those cards that can go both ways, and it is giving me both messages. So I just want to double check. Just clarify that first card, please, for Leo with their work, job, career. So the first card we have is the cross coming through here. I have clarified that with the fish. Okay, so the fish does show us that, you know, this has got to do with your financial security, your wealth, your abundance creation, with, you know, the way that money is sort of making things matter for you at the moment with your work, your job. So, you know, for some of you, there has been, you know, a lot of weight on your shoulders financially. You know, welcome to the world 2024, right? It's a bit like that for everybody. Not gonna lie, it's crazy out there at the moment. Everybody is kind of struggling a little bit with dealing with financial stuff because of, you know, how much of an impact the last few years has sort of made on the world as a whole, you know, financially. We're seeing it across the board, aren't we? You know, everything, the price of everything is going up, which is, you know, not in line with our wages, right? So um, there is a lot of stress, and it's just like this weight on your shoulders with the responsibility of dealing with finances and stuff like that. You know, a bit of a duty of care of yourself, you know, a bit of a burden that you've been carrying around. Like, how do I deal with this? How do I move forward financially? So for some of you, you maybe sort of have been having to, you know, consider things like taking on more hours, taking on a second job or third job, you know. So there may have been a few things like that that have been at play for you with your work, your job, career. But the cross also does let us know that, you know, the universe has got a plan. It, because it does talk about fate and destiny as well. So it does kind of let us know that things are actually happening the exact way that they need to happen for you right now. So good and bad, you know. So it's all part of the process. It's all part of this crazy life thing. So there is that little nugget of, oh, destiny's got some crap in store for me, and it's been a bit of a responsibility on my shoulders. But you know, I feel like things are going to happen the way that they need to, as they need to. So really, that kind of, especially too with that full moon, just yesterday, and the energy of that full moon, very muchly of it will be what it will be, and, you know, accepting how things are, and, you know, not forcing things, going with the flow a little bit more, allowing things to happen as they need to happen, good and bad, just taking it as it comes, kind of thing. So for you, the focus of that has been more so financial, than, you know, a lot of other things that currently I feel for a lot of you. It's dealing with the financial stress and moving forward financially. How to increase more wealth in my life. So for a lot of you, we are seeing here the birds and the garden. Okay, so the birds does have a little bit of, you know, energy there with, you know, anxiety and stress and that sort of stuff. It's like that restless kind of stress, where you know, that can't stop moving kind of stress. I need to keep moving forward kind of stress. Um, so it does carry a little bit of that with that attached to the cross there. But, you know, the birds does talk about conversations that are taking place, especially with the garden, because the garden is the social card. It's the meetings card. Okay, so public meetings and networking and, social media conversations and, you know, public speaking kind of things, but meetings. So I'm picking up strongly that for some of you, you may actually be like, look, it's time for me to have that conversation. It's time for me to, you know, ask for that meeting with my boss and ask for a promotion, or, you know, ask for more hours and things like that. So those sorts of meetings definitely may be coming in for you very, very soon with your work. You know, so we do also see things like, you know, meeting somebody halfway. There may be the need to, you know, have this conversation about how do we compromise, how to, you know, how do I get more money out of this job, you know, do less work, whatever it is for your particular situation. There may be the need to sort of meet people halfway a little bit here. You may also be needing to attend events or some sort of, public type meetings, with groups of people rather than just one-on-one. The garden really does a lot of the time have this focus on, social groupings and public spaces. So it may be like meetings out and about in public, like meeting at the coffee shop instead of in an office, or, having like group meetings or like staff meetings type. That was the word I was looking for, staff meetings. I am also picking up on something here for social media for a lot of you. Some sort of conversation that's happening on social media or through social media. So it could be Zoom or something like that as well. Some sort of big meeting that's taking place through social media or through like Zoom or something like that. Some sort of networking thing as well. So it may be like, if you, for example, are in an office, you may have to, have a meeting with a different office, or multiple offices, and having to have online meetings and things like that. But I just want to see where this is taking you here, Leo. Where does this conversation, this meeting, leave Leo, please? Where does that lead Leo? Looks like it's going to be good for you, Leo, because we do have the letter and then the key. So the letter does talk about extra communication. So it may be a bit of a drawn out process. There may be more than just one meeting taking place here. There may be, we have the meeting and then we need extra communication to finalize, all the details. The letter can also talk about contracts and paperwork. So there may be sort of more paperwork contracts that you're having to sign here after these meetings or through these meetings, or something like that as well. Meetings may be about paperwork and things like that. The paperwork kind of feels like it's after the meeting stuff, though. So it may be like, having a meeting and here we go, here's your extension of contract or something along those lines. But it does lead to that key energy, which is success. Ultimately, that key leads to success. It opens up new opportunities for you. It's like when you have the key, what the key actually, looks like in your life when the key shows up. It looks like a hallway full of doorways. And you can walk up to any doorway you want and use that key to open that opportunity for yourself. Walk on through, and on the other side is success with whatever you're wanting here. So there is definitely success coming through in the form of some sort of opportunity that may be like a new contract opportunity or something like that, an extension contract, added details onto your contract, or added responsibilities coming through there as well. But since we are looking at your career very focusing on the financial aspects, it may just be, small success financially for you. That may just be what that letter is. It may be a pay stub that, oh, good news. Here's that good news. It's, a higher wage this month, this year than, what I was hoping for, or what I had prior. So it does look like good news on the work front ultimately, but it does look like it may just take a little bit of time of finagling those conversations and meeting people halfway, compromising, that kind of a thing. But it does result in opportunity for you and success, okay? But we'll have a look at your person. So regardless of whether you have someone in your life currently or not, sometimes we see past energy, sometimes we do see current people, sometimes we see someone you may not have even met yet, so future as well. But we're going to look at your person, present and future. Okay, Leo. What's going on for Leo with your person? Leo and your person, present and future. Leo and your person. Leo and your person, present and future, please. Okay, so the present energy is actually kind of showing me the remnants of the past. still being dealt with here a little bit because of what I'm sort of seeing here. So we do have the snake coming through. That's competition and enemy, the other woman looking over your shoulder. So that's kind of like you looking over your shoulder back at the past a little bit here. What you have been, this is your current energy, is that you're still kind of looking backwards a little bit, but this is important too because we do have love coming through there as well. Unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection and attraction, selflessness. So rather than looking back at, this, because this energy is like how horrible that person treated me and all the crap I've been through in the past, this energy is coming through with that present energy of learning from that and treating myself better, knowing that I deserve better, knowing that I deserve self-love and wholeness, knowing that I gave a lot of affection and selflessness in this past connection and they were still the snake, so you're kind of looking back at the past, but in a different reflection. It's all about how can I, find my self-love all over again, which is kind of a good thing to, to use it that way, to learn from the past rather than be stuck in the past. Okay, Leo. So we do see the future energy. There's that coffin again. We have the coffin energy, which is new beginnings, liberation, reborn, and transitioning. So those tragic endings that are bringing you into this new energy. So we did see that right at the very top there, that transition, that spiritual growth, the rebirth, the death and the rebirth. You're moving into that rebirth. So in the very near future, we definitely do see rebirthing energy, transitioning energy for you, especially when it comes to love, because we're not only seeing that transformation there with that coffin energy, but here comes the dragonfly as well, Leo. Lighthearted and adapting, finding out and changing, things coming to light and healing. So that, the dragonfly really is a metamorphosis energy as well, a transformation energy as well. So in the near future, you really are having that rebirth coming available to you in love as well. So super positive in general for you here, Leo. Your energy is really shifting, which is a really good transformation for you to be undertaking. And the way that you're doing it seems to be, working out for you really well. Okay, but like I said, check out that shadow work reading from just yesterday, the full moon reading. Subscribe to the channel, check out your other placements if you like, and hopefully I will see you all again soon.